Hi everybody, Riskmonger here. Welcome back to Astrology Baseball on MLB The Show 24. 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 different teams, one for each, in a playoff-style simulation. Right now we are in the wild card round in the Positive League, where it's a matchup between two air signs, Libra and Aquarius. The Libra starter is Jack Flaherty. He split his real-life 2024 season between the Tigers and the Dodgers, where he helped the latter take home a World Series title after being acquired at the trade deadline. He'll face off against the Aquarius ace George Kirby, who's on the Mariners in real life, one of no fewer than 3 legit aces on the Seattle staff. In the bottom of the first, C.J. Abrams would lead off the game with a walk, then steal second for Bryce Harper, Libra first baseman. He hits a line drive into right field for a base hit, scoring the first run of the game and giving Libra a 71% chance to win the game, according to the super scientific CPU win probability calculator. Bryce Harper solidifying first base for Libra after moving in from the outfield. But the first batter of the second inning, Aquarius third baseman Josh Young, who missed most of the real-life 2024 season, hits a booming blast to straightaway left field. That one is long gone, and Aquarius has tied the game. The fact that Young is healthy in this simulated season allows leadoff batter Jazz Chisholm Jr. to move back to his customary position of center field. Remember, he played third base after being acquired by the Yankees out of necessity, but Aquarius has a plethora of good options at the hot corner. After Brian Reynolds drew a walk, here's young Orioles prospect Heston Kjerstad, who grounds out softly up the middle, a nifty no-look flip from C.J. Abrams to second baseman Ketel Marte, off-balance throw to first, in time for the double play. But Josh Young hits an absolutely towering blast to tie this game up. It's 1-1 in the second inning. In the next inning, Aquarius leadoff batter Jazz Chisholm Jr., he says, "You don't want to put me at third base? No problem. My bat plays anywhere on the diamond," hitting a line drive home run into right field to give Aquarius the lead. And he also says, "My swag will play anywhere in the league," as he crosses home plate with style. Aquarius now 62% likely to win this game, according to the CPU. It's not completely determined where Chisholm will play for the Yankees next year. I think that will largely depend upon which players they trade away and acquire over the offseason. Meanwhile, George Kirby is dealing, striking out Bryson Stott to end the third inning. I believe Stott is at third base for Libra, which is not as deep at the position as Aquarius. In the bottom of the fourth, Mookie Betts leads off the inning with a line drive base hit for a double down the left field line in front of those dinosaur fossils for some reason. Betts is playing in the outfield here, where he finished the 2024 season after starting the year as a middle infielder for the Dodgers. After Bryce Harper took a walk, here's Riley Green, the left fielder, hitting a deep fly ball into the right center field gap. It is going to bounce and hit off that wall made of wooden logs. It stays in the yard, allowing Harper to score easily from first on the triple. Libra retakes the lead. Green would score from third on a Ketel Marte sac fly, making it a 4-2 lead, and an 82% win expectancy for the heavily favored Libra Scales. Libra would tack on another 2 runs in the next inning on this hard-hit opposite field double by Bryce Harper off the new Aquarius pitcher Nathan Eovaldi, who was re-signed with the Texas Rangers. A solid 6-2 lead, Harper showing off the confident stoicism that makes him one of the emotional leaders of this side. We go to the top of the 7th. Libra long reliever Lance McCullers Jr. issues a walk to number 9 hitter and DH Isaac Paredes, bringing up Jazz Chisholm Jr. once again. He hits a line shot into the right center field gap. It's going to go all the way to the wall. An RBI triple for Jazz to cut into the Libra lead. I picked these custom stadiums for each sign based on how they looked. not taking into account the wild dimensions and how they would affect the gameplay here. We've seen 2 triples into the gaps so far in this game. And now, as you see, Chisholm coming home on a routine grounder to first. It's 6-4 Libra in the late innings. To the 8th, it's Colin Holderman coming in to try and hold things down for Libra. He would give up base hits to the first 2 batters, catcher Logan O'Hoppe and right fielder Heston Kjerstad, then strike out the next 2 batters, Zach Neto and Isaac Paredes, which would prompt a pitching change. Tim Herron, the lefty on the real-life Cleveland Guardians, will come in to face, who else? Jazz Chisholm Jr. He hits another big fly ball into the right center field gap. It's going to short hop that wall. Both runners will score easily. It's the second triple of the night for Chisholm, and this game is tied again. Herron would get himself out of the inning, but we've got a brand new ball game. To the top of the 9th, Tim Herron still in there trying to pitch multiple innings. He's already gotten 2 outs, now pitching to Brian Reynolds. And the Pirates outfielder smashes one to left field. This one gets out of here in a hurry. Reynolds already celebrating as he rounds first base. It's now a 7-6 Aquarius lead, and they've come all the way back here in the final inning of regulation. Reynolds just signed a long-term extension to remain in Pittsburgh for the bulk of his career at least, and he's been a stalwart here in this Aquarius lineup, batting 5th. The Aquarius closer in now, it's Gregory Soto, which gives you an idea of the weakness of the Water Bearers bullpen in general. With Liam Hendriks going down with a season-ending injury, there's pretty much no established options to pick up the slack. But Soto starts the inning off with a strikeout of Libra leadoff batter C.J. Abrams. Then, after getting Bryson Stott to fly out weakly to left, here's Mookie Betts. The ground ball is deftly handled by Jordan Westberg, and Aquarius with a shocking come-from-behind victory in Game 1 of the wildcard series. Neither starting pitcher got out of the 5th inning. We had lead changes, we had drama, and the heavily favored Libra Scales will go into Game 2 needing to win 2 in a row in order to keep their season alive. On to Game 2 with the beautiful twilight sky in the background. Libra, with their season on the line, turns to arguably their best starting pitcher, Corbin Burnes, who is, as of this recording, still unsigned as a free agent. Burnes spent last season with the Orioles, perhaps his only season with the Orioles, unless they sign him. Burnes goes up against yet another Seattle Mariner, Brian Wu. It's funny, you seem to find Aquarius pitchers in bunches on real-life Major League teams here in Seattle, also on the Mets, which we'll get into a little bit later. Wu starts off the game with a strikeout of shortstop C.J. Abrams. Next batter, Bryson Stott. He goes down swinging on that backdoor cutter. And Mookie Betts, the number 3 batter, way in front of a changeup. Brian Wu strikes out the side. As we fast forward to the bottom of the inning, here's Libra cleanup hitter Bryce Harper. He's going to swing and miss for strike 3, which means Brian Wu has started this game off with 4 consecutive strikeouts. Next batter, Riley Green. He finally puts a ball in play for left fielder Brian Reynolds. But the no-hitter is still intact into the 3rd inning. Here's second baseman Ketel Marte. He's going to hit a deep fly ball into right field. It's going to short hop the wall. No triple for Marte, but at least Libra has got a base hit. Now the number 9 batter, catcher Luis Campusano, is filling in for the injured Sean Murphy. He's going to hit a line drive up the middle. Marte easily scores, and Libra draws first blood here in Game 2. In the top of the 4th inning, Aquarius has runners on the corners with 1 out, and Burnes strikes out the catcher Logan O'Hoppe, as we see the new feature Ump Cam. O'Hoppe in there ahead of Adley Rutschman and Gabriel Moreno, so a questionable lineup decision here. Another questionable decision, Heston Kjerstad, who has less than 150 Major League plate appearances in his career, but he blasts one deep. Is it gonna stay fair? He wraps it around the foul pole to put Aquarius in the lead. The second come-from-behind lead change from the hapless air sign ranked in the lower third of the league in terms of full season fantasy points. There you see Kierstad and Jordan Westberg, who pair with the aforementioned Adley Rutschman as a strong Aquarius core for the Baltimore Orioles. It's 3-1 Aquarius. O'Neal Cruz, the center fielder, gets on base to start the fifth. He then steals second. Then with Bryson Stott at the plate, he's driven in from third, actually. There was a productive out in there. And Libra is now within one. In the sixth, Libra threatening. Teoscar Hernandez up against relief pitcher Anthony Bender with a runner on. And he hits one high and deep to left field. It's in the air forever. This is easily going to score Riley Green from first. And look at this, it's not just a triple. Teo's going for an inside the park home run, and he's going to be out by a mile. And when I say a mile, I mean a full 3/4 of the baseline. What was he thinking rounding third there? And then what was he thinking not just turning around and going back? I mean, this is a situation where if Libra loses this game after that, I might just consider re-simulating in protest, because that was ridiculous. But it looks like karma might be on our side. Libra gets a runner to third base in the seventh with only one out. It's reliever Jared Koenig on the hill against C.J. Abrams. And the Nats shortstop lines one to right field. Playable for Kierstad, but plenty deep to score the go-ahead run. In the eighth, Kenley Jansen on to try for the hold here. Here's a great view of him striking out Isaac Paredes, but with his arm bent at a freakishly unnatural angle. Does he really put that much torque on his elbow as he pitches? Jansen would get out of the eighth unscathed. And now with the save situation, it's Tim Herron, last night's GOAT. And I don't mean greatest of all time. GOAT is like old-timey baseball speak to refer to the guy who beefed it in the last game. He would pitch himself into a teeny bit of trouble, allowing a 2-out walk to bring up the go-ahead run. But it's a strikeout for Logan O'Hoppe, his second in a big situation tonight. Libra Scales celebrate. Oh, there's Sean Murphy. A good pitching performance by Burns. Herron gets the tough save, and this series is even at one apiece, which means next time we've got a win-or-go-home situation for both of these air signs. As we start Game 3, you can see the recaps of Games 1 and 2. Both of these games have been really close and really exciting. The Libra starting pitcher in Game 3 is Brandon Pfaadt. He was a mid-rotation guy for the Diamondbacks. Not the most encouraging real-life 2024 stats, but of course this is a simulation where only 12 of the 30 teams that play are filled with actual players. He'll be squaring off against Sean Manaea, currently a free agent, late of the Mets, where he pitched in the playoff rotation in 24. Speaking of the Mets, not only Manaea, but also Kodai Senga and Jose Quintana, two of their other 3 playoff starters, were both born under the sign of Aquarius. Coincidence? Probably. Meanwhile, Manaea pitched himself into trouble in the top of the first. He's allowed 2 base runners with 2 outs here. Designated hitter Teoscar Hernandez, who had that ugly base running gaffe in the previous game, he lines one into the right field corner. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, bounce around over there in foul territory. Both runners will easily score, and it's a 2-0 Libra lead right off the bat. Aquarius fighting back in the third, though. Isaac Paredes with a runner on. He's going to scorch a line drive into left center. Shortstop Zach Neto coming around easily to score from first. Paredes thinks he's got it deep enough into triple alley, but Riley Green has other ideas. His throw from left field is offline, but the relay by C.J. Abrams is in time to get Paredes. It's an outfield assist, I guess, technically, or at least Green is reacting like it was. A big play as Aquarius not able to tie the game. In the third inning, Teoscar Hernandez at the plate again against Manaea with a runner in scoring position. This one is a line drive undressing the pitcher. It's an easy RBI single, despite Chisholm laying out, putting everything he had into that throw to the plate. And now it's 3-1 in favor of Libra. We go to the sixth. It's long reliever Nathan Eovaldi trying to get out of the inning with 2 outs, but he runs into C.J. Abrams and his big bat, who crushes a home run to right field. Metrics say this one went over 450 feet, and it's 4-1. Abrams, remember, was demoted to the minor leagues at the end of last season, possibly a punitive measure, something about causing trouble in the Nationals clubhouse, maybe. That's something to keep an eye on next season, I guess. Although there's little chance of him losing focus in the middle of this simulated playoff race. Another run would come in the 7th on a Bryson Stott sacrifice fly. Then another in the 8th off reliever J.P. Fireisen. Ohapi throws this one away on a stolen base attempt of third base. It's now 6-1 on the error, and you see Sean Murphy at the plate. I guess he's not injured, but maybe Campusano is just a better enough hitter against righties that the two of them are in a platoon. But either way, Libra with a commanding 6-1 lead. In the 9th inning, it's lefty reliever Tyler Matzek to close it out. Matzek, a guy who pitched all of 11 games in real life 2024 with a 9.90 ERA. I guess with a 5-run lead, you're not going to bring out your best, but that decision might come back to bite Libra, as Matzek has now given up 2 hits with the heart of the order coming up. And Matzek dials it in to get the strikeout of Josh Young, bringing up potentially Aquarius' last batter of the season with the switch-hitting Brian Reynolds. And that's going to prompt a pitching change. Colin Holderman, still not the closer, who I'm assuming is Alexis Diaz, based on context clues. And Holderman walks the first batter he faces, loading the bases for Logan Ohapi. The Angels catcher is now up with the game on the line. He's got a history of striking out in key spots here for Aquarius. And he does it again. Looking at a perfectly placed fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a backwards K to end Aquarius' season. A thrilling 3-game wild card set. The last one wasn't as much of a whirlwind, but it did get crazy there at the end. But all is as it should be. Libra advances to face Sagittarius in the next round. They were the heavily favored sign, the top sign in the air division, if you're going by real-life 2024 fantasy points, and not this simulated season. Aquarius had some good moments, but fell short here. Jazz Chisholm was on fire at the plate. A couple of really good pitching performances from a couple of Seattle Mariners pitchers. But it will be the Libra Scales who will take on the Sagittarius Archers in the Positive League Division Series. But first, we have to determine 2 more Division Series participants as the Fantasy Astrology Baseball League playoffs continues. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.